Welcome to Preparing for the Unexpected. I'm your host, Alex Fullick, and as always, I like to talk about things related to emergency management, preparedness, impact assessments, crisis management, business continuity, anything that can help you, your organization, or your community prepare for, respond to, and overcome adverse situations. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please feel free. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm the only Alex Fullick there. I'm really easy to find, and I do respond to everything I get. Today, I wanted to talk about some of the plans that we create, and specifically plans for our elected officials outside of the office. Yeah, many facilities may create plans for active shooters, trespassers, and making sure people aren't wandering around the facility without proper identification or being acknowledged or being escorted in. However, we're running into situations in today's world where some organizations may need to consider writing plans for their employees outside of the office. Now, I don't mean the prime ministers or the presidents or the CEOs who may have a bodyguard or two or more traveling with them when they go from facility to facility, country to country, office to office. That happens already, and we see that even when we see film footage of these individuals traveling. You can always tell, they've got some bodyguards there protecting them. However, do we need to look further at some of this for our elected officials that aren't on that huge level? Local officials, for example. What's happening now, simply because you may not agree with the policies, you may not agree with somebody's actions at their organization or their new product or service or how they dealt with the previous issue, a client complaint, a customer complaint, something you don't agree with. These people now are taking it to a new level and showing up at elected officials' homes, a local city councilor, showing up at their home and berating the councilor's partner and their children, and in some cases, the neighbors too. That's different. Do we need to look at plans for that to make sure these people are safe as well? We do it for the high-level people, but now anyone that works for an organization, especially local officials, can be targeted by these people simply because they don't agree with something. I don't see the need to criticize and harass local children simply because they're related to an elected official. They have nothing to do with the local politics. They don't need to be harassed, berated, and sometimes abused physically, not just verbally. So do we need to have different plans? Do we really need now to look at succession planning? If that elected official is no longer available, what's our plan? That official could be hurt. And unfortunately, we've seen in the papers elected officials been shot or even attempted assassinations. Do we need to look beyond that? What if that person is not available, not because they're on vacation having a margarita on a beach in Hawaii and unavailable, or in the air and can't be reached because they're on a plane, but because suddenly they turn around and say, I can't handle this anymore. I can't go home without fearing for my life. When I'm in the office, I'm protected. We have security. We have security people that patrol the facility inside and out. We have security at our front doors, side doors. We keep things locked, hopefully. We even restrict access to certain parts of the building. However, when I go home, I have protesters on my front step, throwing things, verbally abusing or assaulting the rest of my family and maybe neighbors. I need security away from the office as well. Do our plans cover things like that? Is this something new that we need to consider because of the way the world is right now? The divisiveness, the fights, the disagreements. Simply because I turn left, you're right, up, down, it's always the opposite no matter what. No common ground. And it's scary for some people now. Simply because you don't like something they do or believe in, It makes fair game for assault, fair game for harm, and anyone around those people are fair game for harm. Do we need to look at our plans? Something to consider. In the meantime, stay prepared, everybody. If you liked that video, thumbs up. If you didn't like that video, thumbs down. But leave me a message and let me know your thoughts. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, stay prepared, everybody.